What's up everybody, it's Shai Mizrahi back again on the channel with my clone. Why don't you introduce yourself? What's up everybody, I'm Shai's clone. We're going to learn how to make, well, me today. Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing here today. So, without further ado, why don't we just cue the intro right about now.
Is that for me?
Welcome back to the intro everybody. Let's get started because we've got a lot to cover today. We do. So you're probably wondering at this point how we're doing this. So without further ado, let's jump into Premiere. And oh my goodness, what? Get out of here. Yes, we're filming. Go away. Go. At least it wasn't Pete.
That is true.
That would have been a disaster. It's horrible if it was Pete. Alright guys, so join me in Premiere. I'm going to show you how all this works with some other footage. Not that of the intro. Something separate, so it's a little bit easier to understand. Hey guys, so you're in Premiere. You're probably wondering where my clone is right now, and I will show you in a second. So this is the video that we're editing together right now actually, so fancy that. Very sorry. Anyway, so what's going to happen is you're about to edit a line here. It's a mask, and the other Shai will explain what a mask is in a second. Oh, man, all these different clones are so confusing. Hold on, Shai, we'll get to that in a second. I'm teaching them, don't worry. Alright, fantastic. So now that we're in Premiere, what you're going to want to do is, I'm in the midst of editing our very own video. It's a fourth wall break. Anyway, so you're going to take your footage and you're going to slide it in. So that's what we have here. You're going to want to cut from the in and out point from where the video begins into where it ends, where they stop talking. Alright, now here's where it gets interesting. So no one can actually clone themselves unless they just so happen to have a twin, but that's also not their doing. That was by accident. But what you can do is you can take the separate footage of you doing a different action and you place that over the original footage, so like this. So now that we have one footage on top of the other, we're going to try and time it to where it fits. So in my case, the way that I timed my action was a little bit of a hassle. I took separate SD cards, I took two different ones and I switched them out and I put the one that I already did in the MacBook. So as I did my second action, I was watching myself do the first action. So that's what the second SD card was for. So that way my timing was a little bit better. So here in Premiere, you're going to have to line it up. You're going to add the second action on top of the first action, and you're going to line it up for the timing just right. And what you're going to do here is going to get a little bit tricky, but what you're going to do is you're going to come here to the Effect Controls, and here you're going to go down to the Opacity, and you're going to click on this pen looking tool called the Free Draw Bezier. Here it's going to automatically create a mask, and when you hover over the screen, it's going to have that pen tool. So what you want to do is you want to actually cut a shape around your character, the one that's in that action. Boom. So this is what is called a mask. Now you can change it if you want, you can change the shape, you can readjust it later on, but I think this is a perfect shape. So what we're going to do is we watch it right now. As you can see, there's a different line because the lighting is a little bit different because the sun is setting in my house right now. So what you want to do is you want to go back to the video, back to your effect controls, and back to the mask. Right here, you'll notice that it says something called a mask feather. You're going to go here and it says 10 points. You're just going to want to raise that to a suitable feather, maybe around 58 for me. So then now if you play it back, you have this. Poof! I'm finally here. So now that we have my clone here, you'll see that the line, if I go through, is gone. Yeah, that's pretty much how that's gonna work. So, yeah. Essentially, that's all there is to it, and you can do this with multiple clones. As you saw in my little intro, there was that other one that was in the corner of the screen, crawling around like a spider on the wall. You'll need two different masks, but that's about the only difference is the amount of masks you'll be needing. I've done multiple videos in the past where I've had like 4 to 5 clones. It can get a little bit messy, it can get a little bit tricky because you really need to conserve space when you're cloning. The only tip I would give you is that when you're planning your video, when you're storyboarding your scripting, you want to make sure that if you know you're going to use a clone, that you have enough space in the camera frame, that there's enough space for you to see both people without them interacting. Another thing is that you want to mind the lighting, so that way when you're feathering your mask, it's not like a huge feather and then the elbow might move and then his elbow is a little bit fuzzy and a little bit see-through because of the feather. Cloning can be a little bit tricky with the timing, so like I said, you can use multiple methods like mine where I watch myself as I'm talking, so that way I get my timing a little bit more precise. The other thing that you want to make sure that when you're cloning is that you have a tripod, and that tripod does not move while you're filming. If this tripod moves while you're filming, you're going to have two different images as the background, and it won't match up. And that is never good. It's gonna look fake. It's not gonna look like it's an actual background. It's gonna seem kind of obvious as to what you're doing. Just so you guys know, I'm the original Shy over here. What's up, guys? I am the clone, and I'm actually super excited to do the teleportation video. Oh, look, I want to do it right now. Dang it! Now I gotta take over the show. I knew this was gonna happen. Guys, this is not my fault. If he does not come back within the next 24 hours and I have to take over the show, it's probably going to be crap after that.